Hi guys, and welcome to a new video here on the Watch channel. Today I want to address an issue which I encounter this issue a lot of times on the internet. I'm always browsing for watches on different websites and forums, and I'm part of a lot of watch groups on the internet. For example, the Urban Gentry Watch Club on Facebook, and the other day a guy was posting an advertising for somebody selling a Rolex Submariner for around £1,200, and he was asking, is this watch real? Is this a genuine watch or is it fake? And well, browsing around the internet, talking to people, seeing a lot of pictures, you really encounter a lot of fake watches, replica watches, and this video is about why you should stay far away from the replica watches, the fake watches. And it's a real big task today looking for watches, because the counterfeiters are willing to fake Seikos and Timexes, and they don't really care about the prices, so they're even faking really affordable lower tier watches. And of course we see a lot of fake Rolex, Patek Philippe and so on. So this video is really about the 3 best reasons for why you should stay far away from replicas. And here we're talking replicas, copy, fake watches, not homages. You can say a lot about homages. Maybe one of the most famous homage watches is the Steinhardt Ocean 1, which is somewhat of a copy of the Rolex Submariner. But still they produce a genuine watch called Steinhardt. It looks a lot like the Submariner, but it's with a Swiss movement and everything. So I'm not talking about homages in this video. I'm talking about straight on fake watches. And well, just before we get into the video, I just want to do a short wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Omega Seamaster, the James Bond watch, which is one of the watches I have seen being replicated, faked a lot. I see a lot of these. It's the Rolex Submariner and this one. There's so many fakes out there. So let me roll the intro and give you the 3 best reasons for why you should stay far away from replica watches, fake watches. Okay, and welcome back. I just want to quote a guy from an article I found. It's an article from the Daily Mail, the UK newspaper, and they did an article about fake watches, because the journalist kept on encountering fake watches on the internet. And that's actually for quite the same reasons I'm doing this video, because you just keep on running into these fake watches. So he made a long article about replica watches, especially with the focus on the Rolex, the Submariner, which you really encounter on the web. And he talked to this guy called David Grome, who's a barrister, a lawyer who specializes in counterfeit goods. And I think David Grome has a really good point when he says and this is a quote, 10 years ago, counterfeiting was a cottage industry. Nowadays, you really see the involvement of major organized crime with links to other activities such as drugs, prostitution, and people smuggling. So we'll get into that, but it's not just about some Asian people somewhere in the world who are faking watches to earn some easy money. It's actually about organized crime on a much larger scale. But let's get into my 3 points of why you should stay far away from fake watches. The first point, number 1, you actually damage the real brands, the genuine companies. When you buy a fake Rolex, you are doing harm to Rolex company. When you're buying a fake Omega or fake Seiko or fake Timex, whatever kind of fake watch or any other kind of good, it could be a bag or jewelry, watches, shoes, clothing. If you buy fake t-shirts and polo shirts, you're harming the real companies, the companies who puts in a lot of money and effort to produce quality goods, who have to pay the employees and who spend a lot of time on marketing and developing. And when we talk about watches, you actually, when you buy fake watches, you're damaging the whole watch industry, because the watch industry is dependent on getting the revenue they need to keep on producing better and better watches. So when you buy a fake Rolex, you are actually harming Rolex, because if you would never be able to afford a real Rolex, then you probably, if you want a real watch, find a watch at a lower price point. So maybe you're only able to afford a Hamilton or a Seiko, but you would buy a Hamilton or a Seiko, and that would mean that you're supporting those companies. So they sell their watches, and they create revenue to keep on creating nice watches. They can market their watches, they can create better watches. So you're actually harming the whole watch industry, no matter if it's a small independent watch company or lower tier watches as Citizen or Seiko or Timex, or if we're talking Patek Philippe or Rolex, you're actually harming the watch industry. So if you're really into watches, if you really love watches, don't buy fake watches, because you're not doing the industry a favor. And that's and getting back to the quote by the barrister, the lawyer from this article, you're actually supporting organized crime. And you're thinking, I'm just buying a fake Rolex on my vacation to Hong Kong or Spain or where you're going, and you're buying a fake watch. But actually, back the whole way back in this chain, there's a reason why people are faking luxury goods, and that's because they can make money on it. So you're actually supporting the same people who induce violence, rape, and death on other people. It's a thin red line between counterfeiting a Gucci bag or a Rolex watch and selling drugs and doing human trafficking. So if you're really a person with high moral standards, you would never buy a fake or a replica, because you're supporting the same people who are raping, killing, and inducing drugs on the world. So that's the point number 1. You're supporting some people you really don't want to support. Point number 2, and you're destroying. You're not doing anything good for the watch industry. Point number 2, you actually pay for crap. You may spend £500 or $500 on a nice looking automatic fake Rolex Submariner or a Seiko or an Omega, but you're actually buying crap because you're spending $500 or £500 on a product that it's not worth that kind of money. If your budget is £500 or $500, go buy a nice Hamilton or a Glycine or a Seiko or whatever brand a Steinhardt, whatever brand you find great. don't spend the money on a fake watch. Actually, you will get low quality. The quality is, they can make really good fake watches, but the quality is not that good. You don't really know what's inside of the watch. You don't really know if it can handle water. So you may buy a fake Omega Seamaster, but the first time you have the watch on your wrist in the pool, it's completely destroyed. And what do you do then? Who of those counterfeiters are supplying you with a guarantee? You will not get any guarantee. Believe me, they will not help you, no matter what they write on their website or what they state on eBay or where you found the fake watch. They will not replace the watch, they will not repair it. Let's be real here. They are selling fake watches. They are criminals. They are taking another company's brand and hard work and like a leech sucking blood out of it. So they will not help you. So if you're buying a bad product and it will probably not work after a few months or something, and when it's broken you can't get it, they will not guarantee, you will not have any guarantee, they will not help you to get it repaired, and they won't replace it. So you have no security whatsoever. If you buy a $200 Seiko and it doesn't work, you will often have 1 or 2 years of guarantee, so you can get it fixed at a authorized Seiko dealer, or you can send the watch back and get a new one, get it replaced. And even better, when you buy one of the higher end brands, sometimes it's 2, 3, 4 and 5 years of guarantee. They will help you get the watch working again. So don't buy crap, buy the real deal. And if you buy a glycine watch for $800 or $1,000, they will repair it or replace it if it gets broken within the period of the guarantee. So don't buy crap. And actually, the first 2 reasons are really important. Don't support criminals. Just don't. There's no class in being a criminal. Don't support criminals. Point number 2, don't buy crap. You have to really put yourself a bit higher than buying crap. And the third, and for me the most important of these 3 points of why you should never buy a fake or a replica watch, it's all about yourself. Why do you want to create an image of yourself that is really fake? If you can't afford a Rolex, if you can't afford an Omega, if you can't afford any watch, why then create the fake image of you being a Rolex owner, or an Omega owner, or whatever kind of watch brand owner? Why not have a real nice watch you paid $300, $400, $500 for, and be really proud and happy with that watch, instead of buying a fake watch and going out into the city, going to a bar and pretend to be a hotshot who's wearing a Rolex watch. At some point you will actually run into a guy, probably one of those guys watching this video right now. A lot of clever watch guys will call you out. They will notice that you're wearing a fake watch and you'll be the laughing stock of the whole bar. So don't. I hate the thought of people buying a fake Rolex because they want to pretend to be a guy who has the money to buy a Rolex. If you don't have the money to buy a Rolex, fair enough. Yet that doesn't mean you're not a good person or a successful person or a nice person. But going around creating an image of you being a guy who can easily afford to buy a $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 expensive watch is just fake. So actually, I think what you're telling the world if you're wearing a fake watch is that you are fake. You're actually fake. You're a person who's willing to cut corners, to always take the easy way out, who's not willing to work hard to earn the real deal. And what is worse, seeing a guy trying to pretend to be something he's not? That's the worst. Why not be honest about who you are and what you are, and your social status and everything. You can be as much as a watch lover wearing a $200 watch as a guy wearing a Patek Philippe. That's not actually not separating the love for watches. So don't wear a fake watch, because the only thing you're doing is telling the rest of the world you're a fake person. You're a person who's not willing to work hard enough to earn the real deal. So you're sending a false image. Actually, I think it's kind of pathetic. It's kind of pathetic to buy fake clothing and fake bags. Actually, a real embarrassing story here from my own country in Denmark. We used to have a prime minister who was really hard on lowering the taxes, and it's not being political at all. It's not a political channel, but he was hard on lowering the taxes. He wanted rich people to have some more money, and he was lowering the taxes for companies, and that's all fine. I'm not political here, but he was trying to push some policies about giving people more of their own money so they could afford nicer things. And he actually went out and he bought a fake Gucci bag for his wife. So in an official video, I actually think they were visiting the US. I think he was visiting George Bush. That prime minister was called Anders Fogh Rasmussen, and I think it was when he was visiting George Bush, his good friend, that some photographers took some pictures of him and his wife coming out of the plane, and actually some people saw the pictures in the newspaper and they said, that's a fake Gucci bag. So you have a prime minister who's buying a fake Gucci bag. What is that kind of a signal? So anybody from the unemployed guy to the prime minister are willing to buy replicas and fakes, but don't. So please promise me then that if you're a watch lover, you will never buy a fake watch. Buy whatever you can afford. Never buy a fake or replica watch. I would never do it. I'm buying what I can afford, and if I can't afford it, I have to work harder and I have to save my money. So just before I end this video, I just want really to do a big shout out to all you guys who have been so nice to subscribe to my channel. I'm really getting a lot of subscribers these days, and well, let me just do a shout out, because well, a lot of people, Nikos Kapitanios, Christian Quick, Stanislav Slever, Anish Raj, Daniel Dekel, Kim Pham, Nakahama 10, Jay Sekan, Patrick Neville, Jonathan Blueprint, Michael Elliott, Mario, Daniel Gomez, Carl P, Max Star, Skurken 21, that's like the villain 21, Skurken is a villain in Danish, Mark Ragland, Nerf, DPBIG Guy, Shahir Iqbal, Rambo Lee, and One Big John 11. My latest subscribers in the last couple of days. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching, and remember to comment, subscribe, and like my videos, and you're always welcome to contact me on my email address or on Facebook or on my Instagram. Please remember to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram account is called Watch on Watch Channel, so exactly the same name as this YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and I will be back in a short while with a new video. Thank you.